Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to you, our LLM graduates, your family and friends, and to the Berkeley Law faculty and staff and our LLM students. Graduates, we know how hard you've worked to achieve your success, and we celebrate your achievements. But we also know how much support you've received from your loved ones, those that are with you today and those who cannot be here. And we congratulate them also. We hope you enjoy the graduation website that we created for you. If everything is safe and back to normal next summer, you are all invited to come back and participate in an in-person commencement ceremony. Next, I'd like to introduce our honored speaker, Dean Erwin Chemerinsky. Erwin Chemerinsky became the 13th Dean of Berkeley Law on July 1, 2017. Prior to assuming this position, from 2008 to 2017, he was the founding dean and distinguished professor of law at the University of California, Irvine School of Law. Before that, he was a professor at Duke University and at the University of Southern California Law Schools. He is the author of 11 books, including leading case books and treatises about constitutional law, criminal procedure, and federal jurisdiction. He frequently argues appellate cases, including in the United States Supreme Court. In 2016, he was named a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. In January 2017, National Jurist magazine again named Dean Chemerinsky as the most influential person in legal education in the United States. Please welcome Dean Chemerinsky.
Trying to get the technology to work here. Dean Whitman, thank you so much for that very kind introduction. LLM class of 2020, congratulations on your graduation. I know that the last 9 months have not been what any of us planned, but I thank you for your unfailing understanding and your patience. You've obtained your degree in the midst of the worst public health crisis, the worst pandemic in over a century. The challenges that you have faced have been enormous, but you have overcome them to reach this milestone. Your perseverance and your hard work bode well for your continued success as lawyers. I hope that throughout your career, you will continue to make a difference. I know this is what commencement speakers and deans at commencement always say, but it feels different today. My sense is that now, more than ever, the country and the world are going to need lawyers to uphold the rule of law and to ensure justice. In so many countries across the world, we see rulers and governments bent on taking away freedoms and undermining the rule of law. The United States has faced the greatest threat to democratic rule in its history. Over and again, we always hear people say that someone should do something about an injustice. Now, with your law degrees and your LLMs, you are the ones who can do something. I know that this is a time when many feel discouraged about our political system and the chances for progress. But a look at the sweep of American and world history shows enormous gains in freedom and equality. To pick a single example, is just a few years ago that finally gays and lesbians were accorded marriage equality in the United States and also in many countries around the world. That occurred because of the efforts of courageous and creative lawyers. I believe overall, the future will bring more freedom and equality here and abroad, even though it may be slower in coming than any of us want. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best when he remarked that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. But these advances will not happen by themselves. Restrictions on freedom and equality for the most vulnerable among us must be fought and fought against hard. Advances in freedom and equality are going to require even greater battles. You, as lawyers, are essential to making this happen. As lawyers, you have the chance for tremendous power to take away lies or to save them, to protect freedom or to compromise it, to protect our environment or aid in defiling it, to help companies do good things or to help them do bad things. Your law school has focused so much on teaching you to think and to contemplate. But most of all today, graduates, I want to ask all of you to care about the consequences and effects of what you do on people and on society. With your law degrees, and now with your LL.M degrees, you have the chance to make an enormous difference in people's lives in the world. Having that ability means that you have a duty as lawyers. Please do not squander it. Do not make excuses for yourself for failing to use your talents and energy to make this a better world. I know I speak for all the faculty who have taught you when I say we expect great things from you, the LL.M class of 2020. Your time as part of Berkeley Law as students is done. Please remain involved as our alumni, and please go and make us proud in all that you do.
Thank you, Dean Chemerinsky. Every year, the graduating class selects a faculty member to be the faculty speaker. This year, they chose Professor Bill Fernholz. Bill Fernholz, also known by thousands of LL.M students at Berkeley Law as Professor Bill, or simply Bill, has taught at Berkeley Law for 20 years. Bill has taught fundamentals of US law, the introductory substantive law course for LL.M students, for more than a decade. In that time, he has been the first professor for so many LL.M students. His life mission is to introduce talented international lawyers to the successes and failures of the American system of governments and the common law method of case analysis. Bill has educated a generation of domestic JD students on how to brief and argue appellate cases. He has also taught social justice courses such as employment litigation and civil rights litigation. He supervised the competitions program at Berkeley Law until 2018. Before teaching at Berkeley Law, Bill practiced civil rights and poverty law at several Bay Area law firms and nonprofits. Bill is a 1993 graduate of Berkeley Law, where he served as senior executive editor of the California Law Review. Please welcome Professor Bill Fernholz.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It is just so good to see all of you. What I love about Commencement is I get to see students that I haven't seen for a while. And I also get to see other faculty members, and never, ever have I been so desirous of being in a faculty meeting as in this moment right now. It's just been so long since I've seen all of you. I am so proud of you, class of 2020. You have succeeded under circumstances that I have never seen before. As Dean Whitman said, I've been teaching for 2 decades. Never has a class faced a situation as difficult for learning as the situation you faced, and you have risen to the occasion. I am very, very proud of you for doing that. I think that this year may have been a very good learning experience as well, in that you arrived with the pandemic. And your education has been during the pandemic. That has been an experience that has been both global and local to your country, and through the classes and times you've spent here local to our country as well. And in that way, you've gotten an education that no other class before, and hopefully no other class in the future will receive. Do you remember the first class that we had, if you were with me? One of the things that I ask you to do online or in person is to consider stereotypically what are the good things about Americans and what are the bad things about Americans, right? And you had a list of both. It may be worth thinking back to that list and seeing how you would revise it now after this education that you have had. Of course, this education is not just about American culture, but it's partially about that. And it seems to me that both the good things and the bad things about America have been on display in this past year. So the bad things globally and in the United States have been the sheer number of deaths from the pandemic. And we have not handled it well in the United States, certainly not as well as many of your own home nations have. The good things are that global ingenuity and to an extent American ingenuity seem to have come up with a possible vaccine. So there are good things there as well. You've witnessed an election cycle in the United States like one I've never seen before. You've seen incredible amounts of lies being spread. That's a bad thing, isn't it? And yet you've also seen our nation conduct an election very much like every other election that's happened the past 40 odd times. And I suppose, at least for me, that's a good thing. This has been not simply an education in the classroom, but it's been an education in viewing a different culture and a different legal culture. And I hope that you bring that experience, in addition to knowledge, to your future practice. Now, that's the serious stuff. Here's the personal stuff. It can't end like this. It just can't. This is commencement. It's not graduation. You need to come here. I need to see you in person. I love you in your little box on Zoom, but I'd love even more to see you, to see your family, to talk, to share. So I said before, keep in touch in a video that I recorded, but I really mean that. Email is fine, but gosh, once we see you, once this current crisis ends, I really, really want to see you in person in Berkeley. So again, congratulations. I'm so, so proud of you. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Fernholz. We now turn to the presentation of awards for Best Written Memoranda. Please welcome Professor Laurel Simmons of Legal Research and Writing for the LL.M program, who will announce the recipient of the Student Award.
Thank you, Dean Whitman. And I echo everything that Professor Fernholz said. That was a wonderful talk. Greetings to all of you. Congratulations to all of you and your families. It's wonderful to see you. I know you and your loved ones are very proud of your great accomplishment here. I am here, like Dean Whitman said, to present the graduating student with the award for Best Written Legal Memorandum in Legal Research and Writing. And as you all know, legal research and writing at Berkeley Law is very intense. We demand a great deal of effort from our students. You all have improved your common law reasoning and analysis and built your skills in written and oral communication. As the final assignment, all LLM students write a 15 to 20-page memorandum. This is a very demanding task, requiring students to perform legal research to find the most relevant cases, to interpret a complicated statutory scheme, to perform analogical reasoning using case precedent, and to organize their writing in a cohesive manner. Students must master the intricacies of United States legal writing conventions, which can be quite strange coming from a different legal system. They also must demonstrate an effective writing style with clarity, concision, and proper use of writing mechanics. I will now announce the award. These were very difficult decisions, as many of our students did an outstanding job. The award for Best Legal Memorandum will go to Charlize Morgan. Congratulations.
We now turn to recognizing students who have earned certificates of specialization. Berkeley Law recognizes that many students come here to gain expertise in a specific area of law, and we recognize their focus and dedication through these certificates. This certificate allows students to prepare for or deepen their professional practice as legal advisors to businesses, business-oriented NGOs, and to government entities. The following students have developed a background in fundamental areas of business law and have demonstrated a breadth of knowledge, deep expertise, and a foundation for professional practice. These students received the certificate in law and business. Next, we honor the recipients of the Law and Technology Certificate. This certificate allows students to prepare for or deepen their professional practice at the intersection of law and technology, affording students substantial flexibility to adapt their course of study towards a range of career paths. The following students have demonstrated successful completion of a course of study in intellectual property law, privacy law, and other technology-related areas of law. These students received the certificate in law and technology.
We move now to the conferring of the degrees of Master of Laws to the 20 candidates. This moment culminates intellectually rigorous study by the students who are participating today. We look forward to the amazing things that you will accomplish in your legal careers. And we are so proud to call you graduates of Berkeley Law.
Jian Chen. Eduardo C. Escano. Haiyue Ferrari. Alessandro De Vecchi. Daniel Gaitan. Pranav Gosain. Yubo Gu. Kevin Ma. Charlize Morgan. Lilian Qiao. Lena Shen. Zaland Sher. Huicheng Zhou. Emily Jinghua Tang. Huicheng Zhou. Yoyo Ling Zhang. Huicheng Zhou. Vera Zhou. Maimanat Afshar and Alexandra Lin. I now proudly present these graduates to Dean Erwin Chemerinsky.
Thank you. Esteemed Berkeley LL.M. candidates, by virtue of the authority that's vested in me by the President of the University of California and the Chancellor of the Berkeley campus, I confer upon you the degree Master of Laws, and with it all of the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Yay!
All right.
You guys can all unmute
Congratulations.
yourselves and celebrate.
You did it.
Congratulations, guys.
Terrific. We're so proud of you.
We need some confetti. But I'm in my living room. So
It's a bit weird to stay at the single room and shouting out, you know.
yeah.
We'll do it in person one day.
Yeah, I'm still wishing to like come to Berkeley the next summer, putting my face in the vaccine. So see you guys maybe next summer.
Oh, we
I
hope
would love
so.
that.
Yes.
And you should certainly adopt some of these great Berkeley Law backgrounds. I see Grace has the Golden Gate Bridge, but
Yeah, I already changed
Berkeley Law
the picture
graduates.
as my like cell phone tape like screen. So
I feel like I should hold office hours now. So what questions do you have about US versus Morrison? Dean Chemerinsky is here. He can answer all the tough ones.